Hi, my name is Garland Young, and I'm a student at the Maryland University of Integrative Health, and I'm doing a demo on anti-inflammatory foods. Certain foods can cause inflammation, and I know this from personal experience because I have lupus, and with lupus you have chronic inflammation, and there are a lot of different diseases that involve chronic inflammation like lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. So you need to know which foods to eat and which foods you should stay away from. I noticed early on that certain foods cause inflammation and they caused my lupus to flare up. So that prompted me to want to get into nutrition and show people what they should and should not be eating. So certain foods cause inflammation, and some of the foods that do cause inflammation are refined sugars, processed foods, so baked goods, candies, anything that's not naturally grown. Nightshades can also cause inflammation. Foods such as tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplants. Also foods high in omega-6s, and in the American diet there's a lot of omega-6, such as soy oil and corn oil. Now, it's very important to know your body and pay attention to what you're eating, and that's what has helped me get through my lupus. So anybody in the audience, have you ever noticed that certain foods bother you, or certain foods make you feel better?
Yes, I do. I know, like in the morning, certain foods that I consume, like potatoes, upset my stomach. So there's just a multitude. I have gout also, so I know about sugars and just certain foods that will flare up any type of illnesses that I have.
And that's great. It's very important to be aware of your body and to really pay attention to what's bothering you and what makes things better and what makes things worse. So now we're getting to the things that you should be eating, foods that are anti-inflammatory. For example, cinnamon is anti-inflammatory. Ginger is anti-inflammatory, and turmeric, which are all spices, the herbs and their spices as well, they all have anti-inflammatory properties. So adding them to your oatmeal or to your foods are a good way to get different things that have anti-inflammatory properties in. Also, nuts and seeds like almonds and walnuts, leafy greens such as kale, and extra virgin olive oil. And when you're doing olive oil, make sure it's extra virgin olive oil because all olive oils are not the same quality. Also foods with omega-3s, which are a lot of different types of fish, such as salmon. Salmon is a very good source of omega-3, so it's good if you have an inflammatory disease. So the first thing that I'm going to show you how to make is a anti-inflammatory turmeric ginger smoothie, which is really simple to make, something you can make in the morning on the go. So in the smoothie, we have 1 cup of pineapple, and I'm using a NutriBullet, which is a lot simpler than using a blender because you can just take the cup with you on your way to work or on your way to the gym or wherever you're going. And I'm using a cup of mango, and these are all frozen organic. And 1.5 cups of cold water. Let's see, I might add some more. It said 1 to 1.5 cups. And then we have a teaspoon of fresh ginger, so I went ahead and ground up some fresh ginger to add to it. And this is a turmeric paste that I made earlier that you just add all the ingredients and cook it on the stove and it forms a paste. So this is turmeric, a little bit of honey, black pepper, and ground ginger. And the reason that there's pepper in it is because it helps with the turmeric become more bioavailable. So I need a teaspoon of this. And you can store this in the refrigerator and see it forms a nice little paste. And also, something that's very good and anti-inflammatory is coconut oil. So I have organic coconut oil. People use this for a lot of different things. They put it on their skin. It's a healthy source of fat. Because people think that fat is bad. Fat is not bad. especially when it's a good source of fat. So I'm going to put the top on here. And you just screw it on. If I can get it going. And that should be enough. Now you have a nice smoothie to go. I'm going to give out samples. And you can smell the fresh ginger. It smells really good.
Thank you. That's delicious.
I'm going to try it myself.
Very, very good. It's not too sweet either.
And that's good. You don't want anything that's, sometimes I know with me personally, sugar kind of, even natural sugars can bother me, but everybody's different, so that's why it's good to pay attention to your body. So it's a really simple turmeric smoothie that you can make. The next thing that I'm going to make are herb balls. So these are something that you can, take with you on the go. So right here I have dandelion with me, and that's a really good source. It's has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it, and it's just really healthy. So, but you can add, I'm just using dandelion. You can add a multitude of different herbs. Look up herbs that you like the way they taste, or any properties that you're looking for, and you add them on there, and you can find different sources to find out how much of the herb you should have a day. So this one serving of an herb of dandelion is about 3 grams. So I have 30 grams in here, so you can divide it up. And I'm using almond butter, which you can use any type of nut butter that you want. I like almond butter. And with this process, it's not necessarily any particular, amount. It's whatever you like. You're trying to get it the consistency of cookie dough. And you add a little honey in here. And you're going to mix it up. You might have to get a little bit messy. And you can definitely smell the dandelion, so if you like the smell of herbs, this is the way to go. Add a little bit more almond butter. It does make a little bit of a mess. And you can add, this is really something that you can have fun with, because you can add any type of nuts or anything. I'm going to add,
Would you like the towel?
oh yes please, I'm going to add almonds, and I'm going to cover it in coconut flakes.
Here you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and then I'm going to add some almonds in there. And I just bought some almonds in bulk. And it's very easy in case you just want to try different things to go to your local market and just buy some different things in bulk. And I put them in a coffee grinder that I use, which also with the herbs, you want to powder the herbs down as well, because with dandelion it's going to come in like a leaf, which is called cut and sift, but you want to bring it down into a powder. And so I've added the nuts in it, and here's an example. Let me wipe off my
It
hands.
looks delicious. Your hands look a little...
Yeah, this can get a little bit messy. I'm gonna add a little bit more honey in here.
Why are you adding more honey?
Just to get it a little, the consistency a little, so I can form it into more of a ball. because it's a lot of dry things in here, so you kind of want to add a little bit of moisture to it, especially because I want the coconut flakes. So I'm going to grab a few coconut flakes, roll it around in there. And mix it up. And there you go. There's an example of what you can do.
Very simple.
And it's very simple and very easy. It can get a little messy, but the options are unlimited, and you can just take these with you as a snack. And it's a good way that if you're into herbs, it's a good way to get a daily dose of any type of herb that you like, especially if you like the way that they taste. It might take some getting used to, but it's a healthy option, and you can add in chocolate chips, you can add in walnuts, you can add in anything you want to make the taste appealing to you, as long as it's a whole food. So that is pretty much my presentation. The whole point of this is just to show that it's very simple to follow an anti-inflammatory diet, and it can definitely change your life and help your lifestyle 100%. When you incorporate a lot of whole foods into your diet and stay away from the processed foods, you feel a lot better. So just remember, there's a connection with what you're eating and how you feel. And I'll be giving a handout at the end of this presentation that gives examples of different anti-inflammatory foods, so you remember things to stay away from, the recipes, these recipes here, which are very simple, and also a few tips and tips on how to live a great lifestyle and keep anti-inflammatory foods. So thank you. That's my presentation.
Thank you.